So Mark Zuckerberg's been in the news again this week after announcing that WhatsApp is going to start rolling out advertising to its users. Now, I'm not really surprised that the world's favourite messaging application is now being dragged into Zuckerberg's ad empire, but something else happened this week, far more innocuous, that kind of flew under the radar, and I don't think many people are paying attention. So a friend of mine told me recently that they'd received a message off WhatsApp offering them some more enhanced security features, and I got the same message a few days later, and what it basically boils down to is that WhatsApp are asking for your email address in order to provide you with a second level of security. On the surface, this is a pretty sensible security measure. Currently, the level of security in WhatsApp isn't that airtight. If you have access to the user's cell phone number, then you can pretty much do anything on the account, because that's all that WhatsApp really knows about their users. So any device changes or other changes to the account typically involve just sending an SMS to the registered number to get authorization. And without getting into the technical weeds, relying on SMS for anything security related is a really bad idea. So when I was first asked about this feature, nothing really stood out. It just seemed like a perfectly normal security measure for a messaging app to provide. But something just wasn't sitting right with me with the timing of all this. And if we look at the other stuff that's happening with WhatsApp, with their announcement that they're going to start rolling out ads, then it's becoming plainly obvious why they want your email address, and it's probably not for security. So don't forget that Meta acquired WhatsApp, and back when they acquired it, it was already a huge messaging platform globally, and today stands at around 3 billion users. The majority of users buy a mobile phone, that mobile phone has a number, they download WhatsApp, WhatsApp is authenticated against that number, and then they're on their merry way. And that simplicity is by design, or at least it was by design by the people who wrote WhatsApp before Meta took over. So Meta's acquired this giant user base, but they don't really have a lot of information on the people using it. Meta's MO with things like Facebook is to offer you features and experiences in exchange for all of your personal data, in exchange for knowing who you're interacting with, where you're going, what your interests are, and all of that information is fed into Meta's giant advertising beast in order to serve you targeted ads. And that's Meta's entire business model, is getting as much data as possible from you and then being able to charge advertisers a premium for their ability to target their adverts at particular people. So in terms of all the tools that Meta has built or acquired, WhatsApp is kind of the odd one out. It's kind of adrift. It was also a pretty expensive acquisition for Meta to make, and it's now sitting there with 3 billion users, and it's not paying its fair share. So Zuckerberg's becoming under increasing pressure to generate revenue out of WhatsApp, especially as Meta are just trying to scrape together all the cash they can right now to throw at AI. So the logical path for WhatsApp now is to try and turn as many of those 3 billion users they've got into valuable users. And by valuable, I mean having enough information on them that they can target advertising. That makes them valuable. So in order to target advertising at WhatsApp users, we need to know more about them. And asking for your email address on your WhatsApp account is just a clever way of associating your WhatsApp account with your Facebook or Instagram accounts. So I don't think this is any giant conspiracy, and there's certainly plenty of other ways that Meta can tie your phone number to your Facebook account, for example. I know there's a feature in Facebook to use your mobile phone number as a fallback security measure for recovering a password. If you've got that in place and you use WhatsApp, then it's highly likely that that correlation's already been made. So my point isn't really complaining about that they're trying to correlate WhatsApp users to Facebook or Instagram users. I think that's pretty obvious. If you're an advertising company, that's what you do. My problem with it is more just the way they're going around it, doing it under the guise of a security enhancement feature for WhatsApp that will keep your account safer. While that may be true, that's not really the motivation for doing this now. The motivation is to get your email address to tie your WhatsApp to your Facebook so they can better target adverts at you. Now, you might be fine with that and you might not care about that, and that's entirely up to you. I think you should care more. I think we should all care a bit more about our privacy and the amount of data that we're sharing and what that data is being used for. Me personally, I still use WhatsApp even though I don't want to, and I use it purely because of the amount of contacts I've got that are on WhatsApp. So if the whole WhatsApp thing does make you uneasy and you don't want to become part of Zuckerberg's empire, then there are alternatives out there. Personally, I prefer Telegram. I find it to be more feature-rich and a much smoother experience. And if security and privacy are your biggest things, then there are platforms out there like Signal. Sadly though, about 80% of people that I talk to and need to communicate with are all on WhatsApp. So for now, I need to keep it on my phone, but I won't be giving them my email address.